We do charge for connecting recipients to donors, but then use that money to be able to educate recipients more and be able to compete against banks, which in my opinion have like an old school kind of style of helping recipients conceive. And so there's no one in the association who like makes money with the other donors or something like that.
Got it.
It is a network, correct?
Okay, network.
Only about 5% of men are interested or open to being an open and known donor.
Wow, this is so fascinating. And then what about the recipients? What do you find on in general? Like, what are they looking for? Or is it so unique to the individual or couple?
So about 60% of the recipients that reach out to me or the Sperm Donor Association are lesbian couples. 30% are single mother by choices, and then about 5% have a trans father involved, and another 5% have an infertile father involved. That's
Mhm.
the general, to give you a general idea
Mhm.
of the people that reach out to the Sperm Donor Association. It might be less people with fertility issues compared to the banks.
Mhm.
Um, I guess a lot of people that go to banks or go through clinics go that route, not so much because they can't find a donor, but also because they have fertility issues.
Mhm.
Also, a lot of that, especially with single mothers by choice, when they start trying to conceive at 30, 31, 32. And there's you can really tell that it is getting harder and harder compared to what it was like for my mother's generation to now to get pregnant. We've changed so much about our environment. Yeah, all our donors have been DNA tested and have to
Mhm.
go through a therapist who approves that he has no mental health issues. All the baseline tests that the banks require from our
Mhm.
donors, we expect the same, and then
Okay.
expect more on top of that. So,
Okay.
so we look at the banks for some advice when it comes to that. He was not honest about the numbers of children he's helped conceive. He doesn't have any, he doesn't know if he has a 500 or 1,000 children, which is bonkers to me already. That's very unethical to me, but that's something you should really think through because it's not just jerking off into a cup and getting a couple $100s for that. It's much, much, much more than that. That's the smallest part of the job. I'm also open to people that are super, super healthy and want someone to help them as a co-parent. I would also be open to co-parent as a distant father or a distant kind of uncle figure or something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I do mention or make sure that everyone involved understands they cannot destroy my life or go after me
Yeah.
or break me. We have a legal intern, which is actually my half sister, who knows how the laws work in different states and what states you can donate in as an open and known donor and what states you have to be careful. You might have to cross state lines to do a donation. I realized that I have to be the very best donor I can be if I want to do it correctly. So there's no, I'm going to do it halfway, I'm going to do 50% or part-time or mini job, something like that donor. For me, it was very important, and I found out pretty quickly that I had to put all my heart and all my effort in becoming the best donor I can possibly be. So, of all the
Mhm.
people that apply to the Sperm Donor Association, we only go into talking with about 3% of the donors, and then
Interesting.
of the 3% that we talk to, there's only very, very few that really make it into the Sperm Donor Association. At the end of the day, it's for me very personal because I was donor conceived and I'm very happy and very lucky that my father turned out to become an open donor when I was 15, that he's healthy, that he's intelligent, that he is considered attractive. Those are traits that were good for me when I was growing up.
Hey there, thanks for joining the conversation at Health University, where we're committed to making ourselves just a little bit smarter about our whole health and our reproductive health. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so you don't miss a future episode. Leave a comment below, especially if there's a topic you want to learn about. We're happy to know and to include that in our episodes. And since 1 in 5 people are determined to be struggling with fertility, share this with 5 people. You're bound to help at least one change the course of their fertility struggles and help realize their dream of family. We value your time and we keep these recordings as succinct as possible. But if you want to listen to the full episode, just click below and the entire episode is there at your disposal. Once again, thanks for joining us at Health University.